Get your headset. How do you want your head to be?
There we go. That's a little better.
Okay. All right. Hello. Q&A number 80. We've made it all the way to 80. So we'll go ahead and start with Pro Player. Did you see the eclipse? I didn't get to see the eclipse because I was home. I was trying to figure some way to get to look at it, but I totally missed it. But I saw pictures of it. Joe, Papa O, you got to see it.
I was substituting for the 9th grade at Granger High School, and it was the first day of school. So they made it a play day because it was an eclipse day. So the principal and everybody's out making hamburgers for all the freshmen and giving them glasses so they could look at it while they're eating.
I should have driven down there. I said, wait, I need to use your glasses.
Oh, I thought you were going to say to get a hamburger.
Yeah, I said, oh, might as well have a hamburger as long as I'm here. You know, but so he got to see it. Okay, Lisa Davis, I have another question for you. You mentioned the golden windows in the vlog. They are beautiful. And what causes those? I've never heard or seen of those before. In Utah, we get really pretty sunsets because of the pollution. and it will reflect on the windows across the other side of the valley. And so it just reflects and it makes it beautiful. And I'm glad it showed up on the vlog. And there's a little story about a little girl that sees the golden windows, and she goes, oh, they're so beautiful. And she asked her mom if she could ride across the valley. And it happens in sunrises too, so I guess the little girl saw the sunrise. And so she rode across the valley on her bike, and by the time she got there, the sun was setting, and she could see over where her house was. And she says, oh, my house has the golden windows. And so she just thought that they were just so beautiful. How could she see
her house from that far?
The golden windows. Well, she could assume that as she rode her bike back across the valley, then she could see the golden windows. I mean, see that was her house. Okay. But it's caused from the sunsets, sunrises and sunsets through the pollution. So that's a good question. Okay, Bonnie Barber. I don't think Papa could have dealt very well. Papa O could have dealt with it very well. And we're talking about it'd been fun if on my dad's farm he had like 20 acres, and I thought, oh, it'd be so fun if we could just all live together.
I don't think so.
And she's right. Papa O wouldn't have dealt with. The spouses wouldn't like it very well. We would like it as siblings to all live by each other and let the kids all play and just have tons of fun, but I don't think the spouses would have done with that. It says, you and all of your sisters living right next to each other, it would have been really fun.
No, but you said yourself that Judy sometimes doesn't try to be funny.
Well, it's hard to be
Tell them about the experience.
It's hard to be on game all the time.
Where one of the grandkids said, how come you're not funny?
No, she wanted to sleep over at Judy's house, one of the nieces, and Judy was peeling potatoes, and she was sitting there staring at her. She goes, and Judy goes, what are you looking at? She goes, well, how come you're not funny? She goes, well, I can't be funny all the time. It's you know, you kind of have to be on your, you know, be on performance all the time, and it's a lot of work to be performing all the time where you just can sit and relax and peel the potatoes without making a joke. She says, and besides, there's nothing funny about peeling potatoes. She says, oh, I surely would love to see you guys living that close to each other. It would be fun. How many acres were there? We had 20 acres. Almost. It wasn't quite 20 acres, but we just say 20 acres, rounded up. And Momma O, I think that you would live to at least 97. Wow. And you'll be 1 in a million who have absolutely no pain. I hope she's right with that. Just keep eating right. I do tend to eat too much sugar, but maybe that's what makes me so sweet. Right? Okay, Trina Brown, you want to...
Are you going to make jammies for Roulette?
Oh, good question. Yes, I actually have some extra material. I better get crack-a-lackin' and get her some jammies made. She looks like she's about April size.
She wasn't here.
Well, Christmas isn't here yet.
Oh, that's right.
So they'll have to get a picture of in their Christmas jammies. But that's a good question. Good suggestion, too. Okay, Emily M. You want to read that one?
It looks like you have 1 year storage. How long is ideal for just getting started?
Oh, good question. Yes, we do have 1 year storage, and how long is ideal for just getting started? About, if you could store at least a month, start out with a month, and then get up to 2 to 3 months, then that's a real good start.
No, but if you buy rice, for example, you could probably live a year on a 5-gallon bucket of rice. You could probably eat that for a full year, but you do need other things like vitamin C and other things,
and if you
water
sprout, get seeds that you can sprout, then you'll have all the vitamins you need. Well, vitamin C is kind of a tough one. And would you say water?
Well, water's always a problem. But if you know how to filter water, then you can, use rainwater and everything.
And my brother, when he lived in New Zealand, he actually used rainwater. That's just how they got their water. And I said, how'd you do that? And he said, well, you just put a barrel under the, what do you call the rain gutters? Under the rain gutter, where the rain gutter's bringing the water down. And that's your drinking water. And you would that's just how you stored your water, was the rainwater from the, in the rain barrel. So I thought that's pretty interesting. But water's kind of hard to store because you need so much of it. But if you boil it for 10 minutes, it's pure. And like the people in Texas right now, they need water because the water that's floating around them, that's not drinkable. But you get that life straw and you can drink through that. And there are ways to purify the water. But it's best just to have water on hand that you don't have to purify. But if you have to, then you can drink it through that life straw. So if everybody gets one of those, I'll put a link below on how to get to a life straw, because they claim you can drink toilet water right out of it. And
no, I'll pass.
I'll pass on that too. Yeah. But 3 months is a good supply to get started. And how I started, I thought, well, I need the stuff to make bread. I need honey, oil, and salt, and wheat. And that's all you need to make bread. And then you build from that. And then just when you go to the store and buy 2 cans of tuna fish, buy 1 more that you're going to store away.
There's a point, if you don't do the long time storage,
the 25-year one.
You want to do the one so that if you lost your job or your spouse lost their job, you could go out there and just grab backup food that you've stored.
Yeah.
So I would say it'd be nice to have 2 or 3 weeks to a month.
Yeah.
Just so that if you lost your job, you still would, you could still have food.
There's actually 2 kinds of storages now, food storage. There's like your pantry, you keep extra stuff in there, and then there's this new stuff, the freeze-dried, that lasts 25 years. But the stuff you keep in your pantry, you got to keep that rotated. You can't.
But who's going to keep it for 25 years and then decide if it's good or not? Who's going to want to even eat it just to test it, see if it's any good?
You trust that the 25 years that's how, because it's just freeze-dried. They've just taken the air out of it. And
see, that's like somebody guaranteeing it for the as long as we're in business.
Stays as long as we're in business. But with all that's going on right now, we've got the flood in Texas. We've got
Harvey,
and then we got what, Irma or somebody? What?
Irma.
Irma. Is it Irma?
Okay. It's a girl this time.
It's a girl. They usually call them girls, and she's heading to Florida. Then we've got.
One of your fans said it's every other year they switch between girls and boys.
Did they say that? Oh, okay. Because I was wondering. I said usually they give them girls' names, but they switch. Oh, that's good to know. And we've got fires. 45-minute drive from us. On the news they said there's 9 huge fires that are burning in America, and
Utah's got 8 of them.
We've got 8 of them.
No, I don't know.
But you just gotta have stuff on hand, because you never know what's coming at you. It's just wise thinking. Okay, enough of food storage. Okay, Shalise Benjamin, how far apart in age are you and Papa O? And I enjoyed this video. She must have watched your trailer.
Which one?
your trailer on Papa O?
I know, but why would that have anything to do with this?
I don't know. How far apart in age are you and Papa? I enjoyed this video. We are 16 years apart. I was 18 and Joe was 34 when we got married. And
I lied to her and said I was 27.
On our first date, he goes, how old are you? And I go, 18. And he goes, oh, she'll never date me again if I tell her my real age. And I said, well, how old are you? And he said, 27. And I thought that was old. But, you know, your first date, you don't know what's going to happen. And then we just kept dating. And then after we were dating, what, a month or something? And we were just falling in like with each other. And Joe said, I got to tell her how old I really am. So he told me, he says, I got something to tell you. And I go, what? And he goes, well, I'm not really 34. At the 27, I'm really 34. And I go, yeah, I don't care. I didn't care. You know, I thought, oh, well.
No, you said, you're still Joe.
You're still Joe. It didn't bother me. And my dad, you know, would say, well.
Okay, and I had to tell the dad, too. And I was sure I would be out the door immediately. But for some reason, I said the right thing around him. And what was I going to get at?
That he was okay with.
No, here's what he said. He said he thought for a minute, and I was sure he was going to say out. Because my daughter Julianne, I kicked a guy out of the house that was...
Being, what, 4 years older or 2 years?
No, he was about 5 years, 4 or 5 years older. But anyway, he just said, you know he'll die before you. That's all he said. And I thought, I think...
And my uncles would say that, and I'd say, well...
And I kept saying to myself, I think that means I can stick around.
It just didn't seem to matter to me, you know. And here we are 43 years later. It'll be 43 this month. September 13th. Boy, it's coming up next week.
I'm glad you reminded me.
It comes around so fast. We're every year we go to the state fair, and the state fair starts tomorrow on Thursday. So actually, when this video comes out, the fair starts. So we always go to the state fair because right after we got married, Joe says, "So, what do you want to do now?" You know, and I'm thinking, I want to go to the fair. And he goes, you want to go to the fair? I go, yeah.
Well, she hadn't seen the hotel yet.
That still didn't. I still had no idea what. I said, I just want to go to the fair. Because we would go as a family, and a family of 15, you just go and look. You're not going to get a hot dog or a hamburger or cotton candy or ice cream cones. So I told Joe, I said, I want to go to the fair, and I want ice cream and a hot dog and cotton candy. And Joe goes, all right, let's go. So that's why we go every year. And this will be the 43rd time this year. So that'll be a fun video to watch. But that just didn't seem to bother me. And look at you now, 77 years old, and I'm 61. And we would talk about our age difference when, when we first got married. We thought, oh, when I'm 60, you'll be 76, and when you're 80, I'll be 65 or
I'm
whatever.
actually more flexible than some of my grandkids and more than Rosanne.
You're more flexible.
Yeah, I remember we were doing...
You mean flexible with your decisions or flexible with your body? Or
yeah, is that the right word for the body?
I guess.
I was doing a stoop where my legs completely bend and everything.
Last night, he goes, Rosanne, can you do this? I go, what? And he just gets down on his knees. Do you want to show him?
No.
Oh, okay. And I said, no, I can't do that. I can't. So, because he was a skater for so many years that he has lots of moves. Maybe I'll put a little, play a little video right here just above this video and show Papa O skating. I'll do that.
Sounds good.
Because he's so flexible. Okay. All right, we'll close with a couple of quotes. And make sure you keep your quotes your questions coming. We love them. We really enjoy the Q&As. We kind of get carried away, huh? That rhymes. We love your Q&As. We kind of get carried away. So, and Papa, he's been teaching school. He just got back to teach school, so he's tired. Are you fading?
Yes.
Are his eyes drooping? Okay, we'll hurry.
No, I'm hungry.
You're hungry. He's hungry and tired. So, let's close with a couple of quotes. The ones who are crazy enough...
By the way, it was a swimming class where all I do is
Were you flexible?
take roll and just sit on the side and make sure nobody runs out.
And they block, Papa says they block Facebook so the kids don't get distracted on that.
And I even have
you couldn't.
I even have the teacher's Wi-Fi too.
And so he's a little bored because he couldn't get on Facebook while he's teaching. They don't let the teachers get in there either. I mean, you're at school. You're supposed to be learning, not on Facebook, right? Or on YouTube. Okay. The ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones that do. You like that one?
I have to think about it.
They're the ones that change it.
Well, there's plenty of people who want to change it, and they spend all their time, they're gamers, and they never get started on what they want to do.
Don't be a gamer. Okay, your turn.
Oh, I like this one.
Okay.
A successful man is one who can lay a firm foundation with the bricks others have thrown at him.
That's a good one. He builds his foundation with the bricks others have thrown. I like that one. So if somebody throws a brick at you, grab it and build yourself your foundation with it. It's a good one. Okay, let's get Papa O fed and watered. And
are you going to mark which ones are done?
Yes, I will. I always mark off the ones we do so we don't repeat them because, you don't want to repeat them. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and keep the questions coming.
Have you noticed Rosanne and I appear to be totally opposite? But they say opposites attract.
Opposites attract, yes.
Because I said, how come you didn't marry somebody like your sister Judy, and tell what your answer was?
I don't know. We sit and tell jokes at each other all day. I mean, we wear each other out. It's too much work. All right, thank you, and good night, everybody.
Good night.